Okay, so welcome to the first of many videos. Remember, I talk fast, so you want to press pause or rewind. Here's just the composition book that I'm going to use. It is Quad Rule. I labeled it, left a page blank, and then here's the way I'm going to organize it for virtual learning. So here's our first unit, and this corresponds to the Canvas assignment. I also put a little sticky note so that if I need to get to this unit quickly, I can go there. So this is my first entry, 1.2 mean, median, and mode. I used my scissors to cut out the paper that I copied or printed out. And so again, if you don't have access to a printer or another way to do this, you have to write this, but remember, you just know this so much better than other students. And life just is really hard for some people right now, for all of us. So we are in this together, and you let me know what you need. Okay. So this is going to be 1.2. Because 1.1 was today where you just signed up for Con. We're calling this Measures of Center. Okay, and then here is the definition. So right here is your measures of center. The 3 different ways of finding the measure of center in a data set. Hopefully this is a little bit of review. We've got mean, median, and mode. And we'll take each one separately. So the first one is mean, also known as the average. So step number 1. I'm going to use a little highlighters for this so then I can coordinate to the example below. Add all the data. And then step 2, divide sum, or the answer to the addition, by the number of data points. Divide sum by number of data points. Okay. And there's a symbol for this that you'll need to know maybe later in math, but it's this fancy looking X with a bar over the top. Okay. So let's do an example. Find the mean for the following data. So it's 60, 89, 83, 99, 95, and 60. And these brackets kind of signify what a data set looks like. So step 1, we're just adding all of those numbers. So you will want to get out a calculator and make sure that you're getting the same answer as me. So following along is the best way to learn this, and so please make sure you have a calculator. And so that's going to be 486. Okay, the second step, and you need to kind of do them separately, or your calculator could do an order of operations error. So that was step 1. So they correspond to the one up here. Add the data. That's what we did. Now step 2. That's in my dirty yellow. Now we're going to divide by the number of data points. So 486. Grown-up division, everybody. It's a little bar. Now how many data numbers did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 81. So our final answer is 81. Okay, median. The middle. The middle number of a data set. First you must order them from least to greatest. So you've got to put them in order first. Sometimes they'll be in order for you and sometimes not. And then there's a trick. So if you have 2 middle numbers, the median is the mean of those 2 numbers. Okay, so here are my examples. So we've got to find the median for these numbers. And so they are not in order. So I need to put them in order first. So the numbers are 60, 89, 83, 99, 95, and 60. So I have 2 60s. And as I'm doing this, I'm going to cross them off. And then I have an 83 and an 89. And then a 95 and a 99. Okay, so if we think about the middle, this is the last, and then we've got 2 middle numbers. So this is this second thing. If you have 2 middle numbers, the median is the mean of those 2 numbers. So we have to find the mean or the average of these 2. So we would say 83, so step 1 is to add them up. And then divide by 2 because there are 2 numbers there. So make sure you do that top first, 172 divided by 2. So the middle number or the average is 86. And these are the same data sets, so you've got to think about what does that mean that the mean or the average is lower than the middle number. So what does that say about really big numbers or really small numbers in the data set? Some critical thinking. All right, what about these numbers down here? So first I'm going to do the same thing, order them from least to greatest. I've got 2 60s. Oh, they're the same data sets. Okay, let's skip that one. Okay, moving on. So I have my second page. I'm going to flip it over and use the back. And I already taped this one in there. I'm going to put it right here. All right, so now we've got the mode. The number that appears the most often, mode most. So for our example, we find the mode for this data set. So there's only one. So it's 60 because this appears twice, and there's only one number that appears twice. So final answer, 60. Let's box that number up. So no mode, sometimes you have no mode. That means all data just appears once. Sorry. Okay. By mode, so 2 numbers appear the most. Okay, so if we had two 89s here, if we had an extra 89, it would be 60 and 89. It would be bimodal. Trimodal is when three numbers appear the most. Most often, so just what you see and what shows up the most. If more than one number occurs most, then all of these numbers are the modes. So you could keep going. And the last one is range. So I'm going to go through this one too, even though I did not talk about that. The range is the spread of data. It defines the maximum and the minimum. So maximum, the biggest number, that's our math term for biggest number. The minimum, and is the difference between them. This helps when you choose the best measure of center to use. So that's why we do the range. So for the example, for our data set that we've been using, the max is 99. That's our largest number. Our min is 60, our minimum number. So our range is 99, take away or find the difference between these two. So it is 39. And that's all I'm gonna do for today. Make sure you get all this down. Don't worry about this down here. And upload this to Canvas under the same assignment that you got the video from. See you Thursday.